Hi, this is Jewel Ann Lieberman, and I'm calling in here from CSUN 2012, and I'm happy to introduce Michael May from Sendero Group, and he is going to discuss some new product developments, and I'm going to turn the mic over to Mike.
Okay, nice to run into. It seems like anytime there's something going on, conferences, you're there, so it's nice to run into you.
Thank you. Tell us about your new product that you just talked about today in this wonderful workshop, Talking Maps.
Well, the fun thing about Talking Maps is it's both a new product and an old product. We started out with Talking Maps in 1995, Atlas Speaks at Arkenstone. We now have a 2012 version of that called Sendero PC Maps. Also, there's an American Printing House version called APH PC Talking Maps, which is available through the quota dollars for teachers of the blind around the country. And what that product does is it works in conjunction with or on its own to allow a blind person or a teacher to have their environment verbally spoken. That means you hit A, you hear address announced in speech. You hit X, it tells you the name of the intersection. If you want to explore those streets, you press the I and you go block by block or point of interest by point of interest, so you can explore your environment virtually without having to be under pressure with your dog or cane or environmental things like traffic and people to get you distracted. And so you virtually explore an environment, get it into your head before you actually go out the door.
So in other words, you're not using the global satellites now. You're sitting in front of your computer in a quiet environment, much like if you were taking a print map out and planning your route, sitting at your kitchen table before you're heading out for the day. Something like that, Mike?
That's exactly right. What we wanted to do and needed to do that was different for blind people is when a sighted person sees a print map, they see how this street intersects. And so out here in front of the CSUN Hotel, there's a complicated intersection of Harbor Drive and Market and Kettner and these streets around here. And by exploring them on my map, and Talking Map, I'm able to hear that that's a five-way intersection, that the streets are not just perpendicular, that there's a railroad that cuts through them. And so I get a sense of that before I go out the door and actually have to deal with that complicated intersection on my own in person, with or without GPS.
I also like the feature that is included, of course, in the GPS, but the fact that you can do the points of interest as well, because a lot of times when I'm exploring a neighborhood, oftentimes sighted friends will say, oh, it's just beyond the McDonald's, for example, using a common restaurant in a neighborhood. It's nice to have those points of interest as a reference, and you can do that as well in this, correct?
In the APH product, they have the unique ability to explore point by point. I've always wondered when I go down a block, what's here? We don't always want to be destination oriented. We just want to have the information as we go by it. And it's really hard to get somebody to narrate to you every single street as you go by. So with GPS, I want to hear what those points are, and we have look around capabilities that do that. But in the virtual mode, I can explore each business, and what it's going to tell me is Starbucks on your right, and then I hit the forward key and it says Joe's Jewelry Store 10 feet. So I know, okay, that's the next doorway. And as I just do that business by business going down the block until I get to the next intersection, I now have a picture of what's in that block.
That's terrific. That gives us a lot more information so we can build our mental maps so that we can go out and explore the environment. And I appreciate all the efforts that you've done in this field, and it makes it a lot more comfortable for me to go out traveling, especially in new environments. Thank you so much for taking these few minutes to meet with me again, and hope we'll catch up again at another conference.
Thanks
again.
Thank you. We'll see you at the next one.
Take care.